And the first question is actually a really nice question, which is how to make funky basses. This is a good one, and is one that is not so easy to explain, because I might come here and show you how to make a bass. Excuse me. I might come here and show you an example of a bass, but the idea is to give you some concepts that you might use to get some funky basses. So let's jump into FL Studio, and I'm going to load here a bass from Waves. Do I have Waves? Yeah, the Bass Slapper Stereo. And I mean, you can use any bass that you want. There's also some really cool basses from Flex nowadays. Flex has some free bass libraries, but I'm going to use this one. So the idea for funky basses is you have to use some type of live or sampled bass like this, and I really like this from Waves. I think they do a really cool job with the virtual instruments. So let's go ahead and put this maybe at 90. Another thing that you can also do is add some swing, because swing will really help in giving some funkiness to your basses. So let's go ahead here. Let's pick a root key or a key for the bass here. Let's see, root note. Let's go with minor. Let's go with the simple one, C. And as you can see, this sounds nice. And one thing that I like to do when I'm doing funky basses is I like to make some of the notes shorter and other notes longer. So as you can see, this I wouldn't say right in the beat, but this type of notes can really help to give you some funkiness to it. So let's see how it sounds with the maximum. So there's not too much difference here in terms of how to make if it has articulation with the volume associated. So let's see. One thing that I really like to do when doing this type of basses is, again, make short notes, but I like to maybe start like this. And then I like to do octaves. So octaves play a really big or a nice role in this. And if you do like stuff like this, so this is a nice bass, but if you want to make it funky, you might want to add some ghost notes there, or I wouldn't say ghost notes, but small notes here and there. And we can even go like 1.5. So now we are getting somewhere, as you can see. Let's put this here in the middle, and let's do another rhythm. Okay, let's see, let's go even higher. Maybe that's too much. Let's go maybe here. Let's see if this sounds good. I don't like that note there. Let's see. Let's now put some other notes. So as you can see, playing with higher octaves can really make your basses a little bit funkier. And making sure you use like short notes like this. Let's go here, something like that. No? Let's do this here. Okay, I like that, this funk here. go maybe C again here. So as you can see, this already is starting to sound a little bit better or a little bit funkier. And again, having small notes really help, and having octaves higher and stuff like this. Let's go, for instance, maybe these ones, let's put them in a higher position, and we can play around with this stuff here. And let's see. Okay, I like that. Let's make them a little bit longer, these ones. Maybe here, let's put this one here. Okay, I like that. So, as you already know, it's easy to do stuff like that. Let's see here another one. This sounds cool. And another thing that you can do afterwards is add some distortion. So let's go here and let's see, fast distortion. Let's do less, just to give a little bit of edge to the bass. Okay, so again, I use slapper, bass slapper from Waves, but you can also use Flex, for instance, and Flex is free. And I think the bass section is also free. So let's take this out. Let's put this on Flex, and let's do something like this one. Let's put this here. Let's see, maybe fingered. Let's see another one here. As you can see, we have a big selection now of basses. I really like this woo bass. Let's do the fingered. Yeah, I like this one. This one sounds funky and dope. Oops, not that one. And as you can see, it's easy to just do some funky bass in a couple of minutes. As you see, it's what, 5 minutes that I did this, and I was also explaining stuff. So, and yeah, I would say shorter notes with elongated notes really help. Having octaves also helps to get this funkiness, and of course having some swing. So let's take off the swing. So it's kinda meh. So now if we crank up the swing, now we're getting something, you know. Now it's starting to feel a little bit more funky, and even I'm moving like my fingers. I can show you. I'm doing like this while I'm making the melody. But as you can see, it's really easy to just build something out of nothing. And of course, you could use a different key or a different scale, and you could just I don't know, change stuff. And if you don't like this key, you can just move this up. And I actually like that. Let's see if that fits. Let's see. Probably not. Some of these will not fit. Maybe. And this one does not fit. Or one thing that we could also do, just leave that one and just bring this one here. Something like that. let's change this one maybe to D sharp, this one to B, this one has to come down to A maybe, and let's see if this sounds better. Yeah, okay. Another thing that you can do to make this a little bit more funky is to change the notes here, the velocity. So this type of notes that have very short attack or a very short length, we can probably make them a little bit lower. Let's hear. And this one's also, we can even increase the velocity here. So we already had a different character to the bass by changing the volume of the notes. And so this compare with this. So this sounds cool, and we can keep it actually. But this one has a I don't know, a different vibe, a different characteristic to it. So we can change stuff around, something like this, and make the notes a little bit more unique in terms of volume. So stuff like this. This can also give a little bit of character to the pattern and make it a little bit funkier. Let's see. Stuff like this. So this is a good example. Again, I could go ahead and create a new one, but I think that's the basic idea. Whenever you want to have a funky bass, you just use small notes like this in combination with bigger notes, but you don't use too much elongated notes, you know, because you want kind of like a swing or a groove. And for that, you want more like shorter notes with some rhythm. So that's a good I think a good explanation. We could do something. Maybe this one like that. I like that. Let's put this one here, and even we could, for instance, put this at B. I like that. So as you can see, kind of like a funky bass, and it's just about having a nice scale, and then just using smaller notes, changing the velocity. That can really make your bass funkier, and of course having some swing. If I take the swing, it doesn't sound as good as with swing. If you want to do some funky bass. Okay, I think that's it. Let's go to the next question. So I hope that answered the question of how to make funky basses. And basically you can do this in terms of everything that you want to make funky. And funkiness, I associate with kind of like a groovy bass, for instance, or a groovy melody. And you can always find adding swing is the go-to thing to make it a little bit more funky, but you can also do with the shorter notes. I think that really helps with the bass. And of course, if you have a sampled bass from a real sample, that makes it even better.